All right, let's go to week 2. Fresh off of our win against Nolans. Let's see what week 2's got for us here against the former Oilers. I'm going to be intrigued to see what happens with that Paul Devlin character there. I'm intrigued. Maybe Davis Mills is our guy, though. Muted, what's happening? How are ya? How are ya? How are ya? Alright, we can have the goal of getting an interception. We can have that. Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, except for the hiccup burp. Burp? Hiccup? I don't know. It's bad that I'm going to sign OBJ to Buffalo tomorrow. No. You can bring Odell to wherever you want him. Even though he might not play. Who knows? Hey, Austin Norris, first upgrade point. Make you better as a possession option. He is now a 75. Obviously, it'll be a little bit before we know his dev trait or the other rookies' dev traits, of course, around the league will end up looking. Deacon Slate out for a week with a high ankle sprain. That is not what we had in mind for one of our top rookies. And he will miss this game against Houston. Victor, you were a random tack on for the year, so it's all well and good. And Davis Mills gets an upgrade point. We'll just keep trying to make him a little bit more well-rounded, but under Lovie Smith, he's never going to be a great scheme fit. So we need to get Lovie out of here, or we need to get a quarterback in here that's a good fit for Lovie, but I don't think Lovie's the coach we want to build around. The man's, you know, he's got some gray. He's got some gray there. Tennessee, only a 77 rated team, so we are the favorites here. Let's see what happens. We will treat this the same way we treated the last game. We'll pretty much sim through the majority of it. If there is a comeback attempt to be had, I am either going to play it, or we'll see if they can come back on their own. Like I said, it's tough because it is fun. Some of these, the best moments in the history of these franchise runs on Madden have been me playing and spiking controllers at times. At the same time, we watched the AI a lot last year, and that was a blast. So, there you go. Cam, what's up? So far, so good. You know? Ryan, thank you for the 6 months. See, time for another great EA game. Exactly. Exactly. Helicopters. Patriotism. America. America. Plus, this gives me a chance to see, like, if they've made any kind of changes to some of the presentation. Shout out to Ryan Tannehill. Look at him. Well, like him, Ryan Manahill. Leader of men. A hill. Beautiful. Alright, boys. This is your time. This is your time. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. Look at Mike Vrabel. Handsome devil he is. Look at Lovie Smith. Handsome devil that he is. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, boys. I believe in you. I believe in you. Make me proud. First quarter. 7-0 Houston. They're on the verge of scoring, but we're up 7-0 early. And they settle for a field goal. Okay. 7-3. Man, the menu lag, though. It doesn't register very fast. Let's go to the half. 14-3, 14-10, 21-10. That is the score at the half. These Houston Texans, though. Maybe we won't sell at the deadline. What is going on? Davis Mills, 14 of 18, 210 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks at halftime. Jesus. 23 yards on 10 carries for Roy James, the rookie. Only 3 receivers with any catches. Big games for Nico Collins and Austin Norris so far. Calvin Ridley with just 2 receptions. Have allowed a couple of sacks so far. Defensively, Jerry Collins having a great game. No sacks. A pick for Steven Nelson. Okay. Okay. So far, so good. So far, so good. Let's go to the fourth. 21-18. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They're on the verge of scoring. They're at the 9. 2nd and 2. And they're at the 9. Boys, can you hold on? Can you hold them off? Or will the Titans take their first lead of the game? That is the question. Tannehill, the handoff. First down. They do have a pretty big injury. But fortunately, Tannehill has started to get to our defense a little bit. First and goal. First and goal for the Titans. Hand off to Henry. Thankfully, he can't run over 3 people at the same time on that occasion. 2nd and goal from the 3. Henry, oh my God. He keeps getting close. He keeps getting close. 3rd and goal. Hold the door. Henry, touchdown. Well, Seattle could have learned a thing or two there. Derrick Henry gives Tennessee their first lead of the game when it looked like we might steamroll our way to another win. 1-16, here we come. Wow, it was Derwin James, too, that just got ran over. Mike Vrabel's mustache, can't believe it. You knew they were going to run. They could have gone full Seattle and thrown the ball. You never know. Exactly. Imagine running the ball on the goal line when you have an elite power back. Exactly. All right. Not what we were looking for. Not what we were looking for. Let's see. Let's go play all key moments. Whoops. Well, I guess we're going to watch this kickoff. Treat it as a key moment now. Solid kneel down. That's a key moment right there. All right, Davis. Davis Mills. Let's see this happen, Budsky. Oh, boy. Shit, Tennessee. Now leading by a bit more. I wasn't able to do that key moment the way I wanted to do it. Tennessee's ball. They score again. Down by 14 with 3 minutes to go. The Titans have stormed back in this second half. Oh, shit. Well, let's see what the hell we can do here, Davis. Decent throw to Norris, but we only gained 2. Didn't really feel like anyone else was open there. We'll see what we can do. We'll see if this is my time to shine. I highly doubt it. Under pressure as we threw it. Just got open too. Was about to take off. Oh, we still got the wavy trees, man. Oh God, A was open. I can't get rid of it. Mills fumbles, and the Titans have it. GG's. GG's. Our O-line crumbled. Well, I couldn't help. The team couldn't do anything in the second half either. And we are going to lose here in Tennessee. 42-21 by the end of it. That wasn't pretty. That wasn't pretty by the end of it. We were leading at halftime by a good amount, too. Not great. Not great. 170 yards on the ground. That would do it. That would do it. The tank is back on. I mean, Mills still had a damn good game. Tannehill only had a touchdown. But, yeah. Yeah. A scoreless second half. Oof. All right. Maybe the boys aren't quite ready for prime time yet. Maybe we don't jump in every week. Maybe we just, maybe we calm down and save the watching for when we're in more successful situations, because that was pretty rough. As we'll head to Jacksonville next. The first mock draft of the year is out. And Paul Devlin, projected to go third to the Miami Dolphins. Daniel Feliciano might just, in fact, be the top dog in this draft. The linebacker out of Oklahoma. So obviously we don't yet know, but great to elite acceleration for a linebacker is pretty solid. Granted, we don't need a linebacker. Triplet's old as hell. Grubbs is old as hell. Yeah, some of the player faces are pretty rough. Where does it have us projected to be? 14th. Good luck with that. Like right on the cusp of like, yeah, guaranteed first rounder apparently. Okay. We'll continue to see as that plays out. Phil, what's happening, by the way? So yeah, maybe we don't follow along with the boys on a week-to-week basis. Player negotiations, Laramie Tunsil and Steven Nelson. These are, now number one, neither guy is coming back, clearly. Neither one of them wants to come back. Yeah, it's not going to happen. We will have them here until week 8 and out the door. Out the door. No doubt. Matter of fact, trade center. Trade block. Is actually, oh, that's right, you can't put people in the trade block the same way. I was thinking the NHL, that's the one thing they need to fix, is you need to be able to like, put your own players on the trade block a little bit. I want other offers. Regional scouting focus. Let's go ahead and do that really quickly. So, Alessia Trenkel as our national scout. What did we need more? We needed corner more than wide receiver. I don't know if I'm able to change this. That's the national focus. Okay, that's it's the regional one. So Strickland in the West region. Our best options in the West. Defensive end or offensive tackle. We probably do need well, I mean, shit, we need both pretty badly. West region's strengths are the defensive ends, though. I don't know why his current focus is on quarterbacks. We are going to put him on defensive ends. That is the best way to go. In the Central, defensive ends, corners, or quarterbacks. This guy's better, or I guess this division is better at scouting corners. Granted, there are corners and quarterbacks, but we really do need to focus on corners, I'd say, more than quarterbacks, unless we know for a fact that Davis Mills is gone. So we will set this focus to corners. The Northeast, offensive tackle and defensive end. It's kind of a tough call. I think we'll focus on the offensive side of things. D. Cole, thank you for the 35 months. My man, how the heck are you? And in the Southeast, offensive tackle and wide receiver. We'll definitely... Actually, you know what? If we're going to focus on offensive tackles here as well, let's focus here on defensive ends instead. And that way we have a pretty well-rounded approach. I mean, I guess two defensive ends. Corner. That's a tough call. We'll stay with what we got. I think we're okay. I think we are okay for the moment there in terms of our scouting. So our weekly strategies. Definitely won't say try to throw for 350 yards. Actually, really quickly. Paulie, what's going on? Really, really quickly. Do we have enough to fully upgrade Mr. Lovie Smith? We do. Beautiful. There we go. So we'll have all 6 of those training slots now to help out with these younger players. Awesome. Awesome that we were able to make that work. It's basically got everyone in there that I'd want, too. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. That's pretty much the draft class right there. That's the draft class right there. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Forgot Lovie Smith went to Houston. Oh, yeah. And again, we've had to keep him going into Season 2 because there was no other better option, so. All right. So I think we'll calendar sim, menu sim, essentially from here. Instead of jumping in week by week, it's not really worth it to us at this point. Ross Blacklock stays at a 75, but he will be a more efficient player. I, again, like to have well-rounded players instead of someone who's a bit more of, someone who has a bit of expertise. I don't subscribe to the Belichick formula in that way, mainly because we don't know who our long-term head coach is going to be. So right now, if we can make these young guys as well-rounded as possible, when we do get our long-term head coach, we can kind of craft them into what we want them to be. That's the general idea. So, let's go ahead and sim. Can we beat Jacksonville? I hope so, but I hope not. It's kind of weird. And we lose by 8 to the Jags. 28-20. So, a really impressive Week 1 victory, and so the 1-16 guess is on. T.Y. Hilton, you will not be brought back at the end of the year. You were just a veteran re-signing. Same for Jamie Collins. All these dudes who were brought in as one-season mentors to our youngsters will be dropped at the end of the year. Pretty much already confirmed they're not going to be brought back, so. In terms of scouting college players, nothing else we have to do. Well, oof, we might have another injury because Rodney's in, and he's not supposed to be. Why is Rodney in here? Could have Brevin Jordan, Davis Mills, Jalen Petra. It is kind of rough to decide. I mean, Derek Stingley. We'll put old Stinger in there for the moment. Why not? Why not? Yeah, there was an injury there. Minor injury because no one's out, but kind of held him out of practice. We got some upgrade points, though. D'Angelo Graham. One of our 3 new linebackers. Still waiting to see how good these guys are, too. Most of them will be stars, I am sure. But about time we have a superstar in there, I'm going to be pumped. We got Jerry Collins. Tarek Brown was a random trade tack on. He's already a scheme fit, though, so that's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. And Shakir DiCarvalho, still not a scheme fit. Damn. I was really hoping he'd be a scheme fit for us after that. All right, I think we are okay. King Tut, thank you for the 2 years in total. Hopefully he doesn't screw it up. It's been a decent start for Madden in my limited experience so far. It's been a decent start. All right, tonight though. Well, let's sim this game against the Seattle Seahawks, in which we lose. Start relocation. I never said I wanted to relocate. I will not be doing that. Thank you. Did I accidentally hit that button before? I never said I wanted to relocate. I did want to go through here and upgrade the stadium. I wanted to renovate that to... that's only a plus 18 rating to it. Jesus, we might as well upgrade it. 259 million. Pops up every season? Does it? Well, yeah, we're definitely not moving. Definitely not. 20 million just to get a plus 18. Jesus. Just trying to think if this is money I actually want to spend. Let's go ahead and upgrade the team store. We'll also upgrade the concession stands. We don't want to spend too much money out of the gates, but yeah, we'll hold off on that. Player renegotiating, again, we don't really need to worry about right now. Who is this new injury? It's our other running back, Roy James. He's out for 6 weeks. Cool. Cool. That sucks. A lot. A lot. So Ingold as our fullback might end up actually getting some carries over the next couple of weeks because we're not really going to care about it. Let's see, Jalen Petra gets that upgrade. He's still a 75. And Derek Stingley is now a scheme fit, thank God. Thank God, so he'll get more rewards. He's only 22. I keep forgetting that guy's as young as he is. It's not bad. All right. Can we beat Tampa? Of course, Tom Brady ended up retiring. So it's a new era for the Bucs. An era in which they lose to the Houston Texans. 31-27. We are 2-3 on the season. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's get Stingley out of there. You know what? Let's set it up this way. Let's get Davis Mills a little bit of spotlight. Again, Mark Ingram right now is going to be our star running back. We'll get Brevin Jordan in there. Austin Norris as well. Let's focus on the offensive side of things. Because why not? Stingley's developing into a nice player. He is. He is indeed. They have DeCarvalho at superstar. We got Tunsil. Let's get Green in there. We will double check the defensive players real quick. Roseman and Graham. It does have DeCarvalho at superstar. That is unbelievable news. My God, we knew he was a stud too. We knew it. And indeed he is. We'll get Blacklock a little bit of time there. That's awesome. That is awesome. DeCarvalho confirmed superstar. We'll double check our other guys here soon. Got to make sure they get enough playing time so we can know for sure. What do we got for player upgrades? A lot of player upgrades this week. Nico Collins up by 2 to a 77. Really hoping he gets a breakout moment and can be that other guy alongside Calvin Ridley. I doubt it, but Kenyon Green, our left guard, he goes up to a 76. Not bad. 22 years old, man. Austin Norris, another upgrade points. Stays at a 75. Trying to make him more of a scheme fit. There's a lot of upgrades for him. Just short of being able to know how good he is. D'Angelo Graham. Linebacker. And invisible, apparently. Christian Harris. Gotta make sure he stays as a scheme fit.
Oh, good for you!
Guru, because he's a walking meme. Ryan, thank you for the follow. Jeffrey Gunter. to a 76. He's just a random tack on. Looks like Voldemort with a nose. Fair. Hey, don't shame the next Rob Gronkowski, please. Austin and your Mandana. Let's go ahead. Upgrade you. And then Calvin Ridley gets an upgrade point. He is back up to an 87. Not too bad for the 28-year-old. Not too bad at all. So week 6 against Baltimore, I would expect us to get pooped on here, because let's be honest, we probably should. This should be a pretty poor run from us. We do lose 38-24. We suffer another injury. This time it's to the veteran John Bostic. So that's not super detrimental. Ridley's staying, for sure. Ridley's staying. Signed him for multiple seasons. The idea is to actually give Davis Mills some offensive targets, you know? All right, let's see. Out of those DTs. Hey, so there we go. We know D'Angelo Graham is a star at linebacker. Got a linebacker, Deacon Slate, also listed as a star. Jerry Collins, we don't know yet. At corner, Stingley close to going up a point. He is not. Safety, Petra's also not that close to going up another rating. Alright. And then honestly, D. Carvalho at Superstar has earned like a permanent spot in our training regiment here. And let's keep Austin Norris in there, too. It'll be a rotating cast here for a little bit. Big Rouge! What's going on? What's happening? I feel bad for James. I mean, I feel bad for 2/3 of my running backs. Unless you're talking Derwin James, in which case, never feel bad. He's fine. If anyone's regressed because of overall, it's all morale related because this team is losing every week. So... all right, Rodney, a bit of an upgrade for that rookie. We took a couple of Bulldogs in the draft. Shakir is now a scheme fit. Awesome. Can you shout out my live? I'm live now. Let's repeat that from the chat. Can you shout out my live? I'm live now. Can you shout out my live? I'm live now. I have seen some attempts. I have seen some attempts from people. That was one of them. You tried. I give you credit. You tried. All right. Hey, Jenkins also getting a little bit better. A for effort, right? All right. Plus, they live in Texas, so morale's low. True. Very true. It's the worst part of this run. Not even a fall. Oh, of course not. That was their first chat ever. Can you shout out my live? I'm live now. I appreciate the hustle from my live. I'm live now. If that is your real name. All right. Let's get pooped on by the Colts. And then before our Week 8 matchup with Cincy, I think we have some trades to make because this team's going not as far as we wanted them to go. We do end up losing to the Colts there as well. So we are down to 2-5. Let's take a look at mock draft number 2. As Luke Triplett has taken over the number 1 spot. Defensive end out of Oklahoma. He and Feliciano, both Sooners. Luke Triplett. Potentially elite jumping and acceleration. The jumping doesn't do too much for me. You do have Pat Grubbs at right tackle moving up. Paul Devlin falling to 4th. Likes to check down. Beautiful smile. Stands tall in the pocket as well to avoid sacks. Let's see. Great strike. Ooh. Okay, so he's definitely not a very mobile quarterback. He's okay, but he is a stay in the pocket type of guy. Yeah, I'm aware the likes of Grubbs and
Oh,
Triple look
good
hilarious.
for
Shot the
you.
big Rich on the... How does franchise feel? Pretty much the same as last year. I mean, the free agency change is nice. The new scouting and everything like that, I didn't experiment around with. I was pretty much done with Madden by the time they added this into the game. But for the most part, I'm really enjoying it. Hello, Trent Warner. Up 20 points now, projected as a 6th overall pick. Sammy Bryant also on the come-up. Interesting. Enrique Murray falling by 10. We'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens. The mock drafts are always kind of interesting to watch. So with that, we already know that it's time to make some trades. And it is. It is. There are certain players, their deals are up at the end of the year. And it's time for them to go. It is time for them to go. Again, Calvin Ridley will be staying. We got him on a pretty good contract. We still need at least a weapon for Davis Mills. He signed for 3 more years after this. So, yeah, no, Calvin's not going anywhere. So the first guy we're really looking at, Laramie Tunsil. Laramie Tunsil is the first option. What are the offers that are out there? Cortland Sutton in a 6. Jesus. I mean, Adoree Jackson a 3rd and a 4th. Christian Kirk. Ooh, Devontae Parker a 2nd and a 5th. That's not too bad from the Pats. That's not, because we don't have to take on that much. The gem is the 2nd round pick. Honestly, I'm not just saying this because I'm a Patriots fan. I am really digging that Pats offer. Another draft pick is really what I'm after. Now, you could argue that Jackson might be the better way to go. He is only 26. He'll be 27 now in the sim. The problem with that is we have to double-check his contract status and what's going on there, and is he even going to want to re-sign with us, where Devontae Parker is just a tack-on. Where we get a 2nd-round pick. I think it's got to be that Patriots deal. Parker, a 2nd and a 5th this year for Laramie Tunsil. That's not a bad return. Again, Tunsil's already made it very clear he has no desire, 0, essentially, to re-sign here at anything resembling decent value for us. We're going to take that deal from the Patriots, Devontae Parker, a 2nd and a 5th for Laramie Tunsil. So welcome aboard, Devontae Parker, who can also be a decent little weapon for us. I mean, he's 30 years old. What's his contract situation? His deal's up at the end of the year, too. Now, he has no interest in re-signing here, as you can see there. So, not the worst idea to try to flip him. Not the worst idea to try to flip him. Let's just see what's out there. I'm going to move back over here. Yeah, that's a whole bunch of nothing. Like, Anthony Walker's not that bad. It's just a bunch of okay players. Max Mitchell in a 4th. Honestly, that is the deal right there from the Jets. We need a left tackle to replace Tunsil, and we get a 4th-round pick in the process, too. I get that Eric Stokes is there. Gus Edwards. And there are some decent deals. No doubt I'm taking that Jets offer. We'll take Max Mitchell. Perfect fill-in player. And we get a 4th-round pick as well for moving Devontae Parker to the Jets. So we are causing all kinds of ruckus in the AFC East. And yeah, Mitchell, 23 years old, young guy. He's getting paid nothing. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, so I mean, we're going to be extremely weak at left tackle for the rest of the season, but that's okay. That is okay. In terms of other moves that we need to look at making. Steven Nelson. Steven Nelson, 30 years old. Quite sure his deal was up. Let's actually go double check. I find it interesting. Our number 1 team need is now listed as Davis Mills. Replacement. Find a quarterback. So Nelson's deal is up. No interest in re-signing here. Let's see. Desmond King has some interest in coming back. Wants a 1-year deal. $5.2 million cap hit. To be honest, that's not that bad. That's not that bad. Keeping Derek King as our second corner, if not our third corner, behind Stingley at the very least. That's not that bad. McManus's deal is up. Jonathan Greenard's deal is up, but all of these guys are willing to come back. Jerry Hughes is not. Charlie Heck, I mean, there'll be no value for him. So I'm thinking we see what we can get for Jerry Hughes, but the big name that we're going to look to move on from is, well, a certain corner who won an award last year, but again, he doesn't want to come back, so.
Oh, good for you!
Big Rouge, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. All right, so Jerry Hughes. Here's the thing, though. He is a mentor to Rodney, so I'm going to need to see an amazing offer for Hughes that I simply can't turn down. And, yep. Looks like we'll be keeping Jerry Hughes. Points of saying the name, right? How many times have you heard Big Rogue? 6th round pick. We're keeping Jerry Hughes. Just the mentorship alone. He's worth keeping. So the only other move that we have to make here at this deadline, Steven Nelson, who doesn't want to come back. Again, I think we can keep Desmond King. Steven Nelson. What do we got? Cam Taylor-Britt, a man of 3 first names. Darrell Henderson. Ooh. Darrell Henderson. I mean, God, with the injuries we've had at running back. Henderson, Griffin, and the 4th. That Bills offer isn't that bad. We could get a replacement corner from Denver. Justin Reed. Man, the Chiefs, who are under the cap, the Chiefs always want to get rid of Justin Reed. But again, IRL, he wouldn't go back. Jerome Baker. I do love me some Jerome Baker. We don't need him, though. We don't have a middle linebacker spot open for him. Jalen Reagor, Darius Phillips. Ooh, I mean, that's kind of perfect, though. Darius Phillips, I mean, we got a corner and a running back in the same damn trade. That's kind of perfect. That Falcons offer, that's not that bad. The Falcons offer, the Bills offer for Henderson. Problem is, Henderson, he'd be my second guy. Like, I wouldn't want that, that to be the full-time move. So that Falcons offer, just for the fact that it's bodies and positions that we need. Emmanuel Mosley and 2 tight ends. Tyquan Thornton. Gus Edwards. Like I said, though, I think we're good at running back. Do love Isaiah Loudermilk, by the way. So it's not the best deal in a sense of we're getting the best players we possibly can. But Darius Phillips to replace Steven Nelson for the rest of the year, and Avery Williams for the fact that we need running backs. That's the move. So Steven Nelson going to be traded to Atlanta. That brings our roster size to 1 above the limit, but those are the big moves. Steven Nelson and Laramie Tunsil. Both gone from your Houston Texans. So because of the injuries, we do want to carry 4 running backs for the rest of the year. Dameon Pierce is finally healthy. So that's pretty solid. I think actually the extra spot is at corner. We're going to cut Monteric Brown to make room for the other dude. And before I forget, we'll have to cut some practice squad dudes so they don't get auto-signed. But for the most part, I think we're looking good. Question is now just how bad are we going to be for the rest of the season?